Westin at the Denver airport, since I have to stay a night because of my delay. So we can see what the differences are between different hotels and the amenities offered. This hotel cost over $400. Unfortunately, in the US, the airport hotels usually cater to business professionals and not budget conscious travelers. So you can see it's quite spacious and the soundproofing is great. You have a nice workstation and a lounge chair and also a pretty decent view. So typically, these hotels are designed for luxury and comfort as well as convenience, which is why they tend to be quite high. So you do get a lot of closet space, drawers for your things, which is quite nice. You have an iron, hangers, wooden hangers, which are quite nice. You can do your laundry. You have the place to put your luggage and stuff. So I guess, yeah, I'm trying to see what actually makes it worth the price. You have this nice robe, super soft. I guess it's part of their collection. So, I mean, I know it's better quality than in other places. The towels, I'm not sure if they feel like they're any better quality. And obviously you get the typical shampoos and all that stuff. And white tea. So I guess, they're a bit better quality. A nice sized shower head, nice tiling. Hair dryer, extra towels, large towels. So you definitely have everything you need. But again, is it worth the price? So what you're paying for here is comfort. And typically the hotel is going to offer you a very comfortable stay. You're just going to get a very good night's rest. The Westin has this heavenly mattress, which is one of their signature mattresses that can be actually purchased for your home for a few $1,000s as well. But to be honest, I'm not sure this is really worth it for the average traveler. So you can see that's one bottle of water for free and the other one costs $7. And that's just crazy to me. You do have, some extras offered there for little perks and stuff like that. And if you're looking for a nice luxury experience, then it's worth a try. But it's not really something the typical traveler would want to spend their money on. So why is it this expensive? Again, I mentioned initially it's because they cater to business travelers. You get in-room dining, which a lot of the hotels in Japan don't offer at the airport. So even though Japan has a 4-star hotel at the airport, they don't offer in-room dining. So therefore, you're not getting the same amenities or service that you would at this type of hotel. Another thing is that these types of airport hotels in the US, they usually have a pool, a hot tub, restaurants on site, fitness gym, and basically they have these other services that they offer, which makes it feel more like a luxurious experience and a more comfortable stay. When I stayed in Japan at the airport, I chose a capsule hotel, which is a different experience, but it means you're sharing the facilities. You don't have as much privacy. And in that one, the doors didn't even lock. So Americans do value privacy and space. And we can see that there's a cultural difference in terms of how we design things, partly because of our population density. So in Japan, things are designed for maximum efficiency and maximum use of space because of the population density, whereas in the US, things are a bit more spread out, and so people tend to enjoy a more spacious accommodations, and that's the preference. Now, you can get capsule style hotels or stays at the airport in some places, not everywhere in the US, but they're called minute suites. And basically you rent them by the hour, but the cost of 1 hour, which is around $65, is the price of a capsule hotel for an entire night in Japan. So you're not getting the same, it doesn't cost the same amount. We also have capsule style hotels. You will see they come with locks because, again, in the US, we do want our privacy. And these are available, but I think they're close to $200, or they're definitely not as cheap as Japan. And so I guess we could say that we place a higher price tag on the space, and also because it's at the airport. You can go off-site about 20-30 minutes and maybe you'll find a hotel for $100 or so. But generally, if you're staying at a airport hotel in the US, it's going to be $200 or more. And so whether or not it's worth it, I think depends sometimes if the company's covering it, I guess, or if you're just wanting to experience the convenience and luxury of staying right by the airport and not having to deal with the hassle of transportation. And I did find something that was interesting and that really surprised me. So here's the kicker. And the kicker basically means something that's kind of surprising or important part of the story. So they're charging $3.99, look, $14.95 per day. What the heck? And it says free for Marriott members, which I just signed up for because I booked through them, but it's not allowing me to connect. It's just insane. I really think it's insane.